Can't stop, won't stop, get guap. 10 white toes and them Tory flip-flops. Manicures and pedicures, I'm always tip-top. When they say I'm not hot, all these lies need to stop. Cause I'm icy, wifey, haters wanna fight me. Never been the one get RP up on a whitey. Keep my hands clean, got some hitters moving shiesty.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, A Dates with Diners. I'm back and I'm better. If you're new here, welcome to this channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. If you're not new here and you've been watching me for a while, I'm not even gonna tell you what to do. You already know. I'm gonna be talking about my subjects the subjects that I do in sixth form. Now I'm doing this video because I've gotten a lot of DMs and quite a few comments from the last video I did, my first year sixth form experience. Loads of people have been asking me about specific subjects like philosophy, history, English literature. People have been asking me how I revise for each of those subjects because they want to do it. And people that do some of the subjects I do in year 12 have also been asking me like how I section everything out and how I revise for my subject. I did respond to a lot of DMs and a few comments explaining how I do everything, but I was like, I can't do this for every single DM and every single comment. I was like, you know what, let me just make a video so you guys stop asking me about what I do, okay? So I was like, yeah, let me just make a video about it. I'm just gonna cram everything in this video and tell you guys how I do everything, blah 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 blah. So I'm just gonna stop rambling and I'm going to get straight into the video, so enjoy. The first and most highly requested subject that I've got a lot of DMs about is English literature. So I do English literature. I came into A levels, I'm like, cool, like I've got a level 9 and a level 7 at English. Came in like, I'm really good at English. I came in quite, not like bigging myself up, but I came in quite confident, I would say, because I'm a very good writer naturally. So I was like, I can just rely on my natural talent like I did at GCSE. For English literature, it's more technical in A level. You have a formula to follow. It's not just like, oh, read this and analyze this. It is that, but it's not just that. It's not just read it, analyze it, interpret it. It's more technical. You have to follow the AOs. What usually happens, some people are stronger at one AO than another, and I feel my advice is, when you notice and when your teacher's saying you're not doing this AO and you're writing, or you're totally missing this out, you could have talked about this right there, you missed that out, you just need to work on it, you need to practice it, you need to print out an extract and write a question for yourself and do it at home. And I know it's crazy, but it's like, that's the only way you're gonna improve in English. English literature is much more harder at A level, as I keep on saying. It is more technical. You just get better with practice. For English literature, your context about different centuries and different significant time periods has to be very broad. You have to do a lot of wider reading. You need to know about things like post-colonialism, modernism, feminism, Marxism. You need to know a lot of things, and again, over time your teachers will tell you like the key contextual knowledge you need to have, and then you need to go out of your way to learn about the 18th century, the 19th century, the 17th century. When you're studying your text, or like texts from different centuries, you need to have like a background knowledge to, like, so if you're in an exam and you see a text and you're given a text from, like, given an extract from the 15th century, bloody hell. Yeah, when you're given that, you can talk about it. Yeah, this is going on, blah blah blah. And like the examiner will be like, okay, she knows her stuff. And that is AO3, I believe. When I came into A level, my first exam, I got a D. And when I saw that, I was like, how am I getting a D? How am I getting a D? Because obviously you're fresh out of secondary school. You are comparing GCSE grades to A-level grades and thinking they're the same, but I'm like, okay, this is a D. Like on most of my tests, that's the first. I think history was the only one I got a C or a B in on my first proper test, but philosophy and English I got a D. I was like, what is this? What is this? Why am I getting a D? But don't beat yourself up. I'm telling you, you're gonna get a few D's, you're gonna get a few C's, and the more practice you do and the more you take on your teacher's criticism, you're going to get much more better at it. Yeah, it's hard to talk about English, but you just need to know a lot of context. You need to know your AOs inside out. You need to practice. You need to read a lot. You need to read a lot. You need to read your text a lot. I'm telling you, a way I revise, actually sitting down and revising for English is a lot because you have so many texts to do. So my advice to you, what I should have been doing when I did get my text, is when you get a text, you should like section it out and like character analysis, chapter, you should do a summary for each chapter. You should write quotes for each chapter or each character, you know, just make it easier for yourself, so at the end when you're doing your end of year exams, it's not such like, geez, where did this all come from? Another thing is like, there's probably, unless you're the genius of the classroom, there's probably always gonna be someone better than you, and don't be intimidated by that. Don't feel like you're a failure because you're not getting A's and A stars at the start. Trust me, an A star and an A is work that you must either be super genius like that boy in my class, or you're putting in tons of work and it's like a reward. You only get an A star when you work for that. I'm telling you, no one just sits at home and or doesn't do the work and gets an A star. I'm yet to get an A star in English. I need to do that work. Do you get it? I want an A star and an A for English. Obviously I'm gonna aim for the highest grade, but that's what I want in English, and I'm prepared to do that work. You need to do the work from the start, and remember, you're coming fresh out of year 11. You're going to get you're gonna get a low grade at the start, but you're only gonna get better. You just need to be prepared to do the work and know this is not easy. This is not GCSE. This is real shit. This is A-level. So yeah, that's all I can say about English literature for now. If I'm missing anything out, I'll include it in the description box. But yeah, that's really it. So the next subject I'm going to talk about now is history, a subject that I did well at GCSE. I got an A in history. I wanted an A. I feel like I got an A star, but I just didn't get that shit remarked because I came out of the test. You know when you just come out of the test feeling like, bruh, that was easy. But again, I've always loved history. I actually have a passion for history. Because to me, history is like a big storybook. I do Britain and the Industrial Revolution and the Russian Revolution, and for my coursework I do the Black Civil Rights Movement in America. But at the start I was very close-minded. I was like, European history, why? Because I'd done that in GCSEs. I was just like, why? But I was like, as time went on, I was like, this is interesting, and that's something you need to do. You need to be open-minded if you choose history. History comes in different shapes and different sizes and different cultures and different whatever. You just need to be open. At the end of the day, it's all history. So how I revise for history, it's quite simple. This is my Britain and the Industrial Revolution book. So it's like, let me see. So it's quite good because it sections it out, like part 1. I don't know if you guys probably can't see, but it's like part 1, which we do in year 1, which I've done, and then part 2. And in part 1 there's section 1, section 2, and it has like each chapter. So I try to revise in chapters. Yeah, you will understand once you get your textbook and stuff. You'll kind of get what I'm saying. So I revise in chapters, all the significant events, in history you need to remember your dates. So I like do like timelines and I write notes under my timelines and stuff. Yeah, that's how I revise for history. Like, I don't really know what else to say. History for me is quite, it's hard, it's challenging, because you have essay questions and you have extract questions, and for extract questions you get like an extract of, you have like an extract of some historiography. And up until now, I'm really struggling with that. You have to focus on your weaknesses. With essay based questions, I can write, as long as you know your context and you know about the time period and the event it's asking you about. Essay questions are a breeze. Extract questions are the ones that many people struggle with the most. I struggle with extract questions, but I'm getting better. I'm going to people who are better than me. You need to tackle your pride a little bit, and you need to go and ask people that are better than you at particular areas. Hey, like, I know you're really good at this. How do you do this? How do you answer this? Go to your teachers, utilize your teachers. Your teachers are there for a reason. Ask them how, if they can give you examples of essays from like maybe a previous year or another student, or extract questions from another student. A lot of writing, it's a lot of reading, you need to know context, you need to know things inside out. You actually need to know things inside out. It's not like you can't just know a little bit about it, or you can't just use the extracts and try to pick things. You actually need to know. It's like they're kind of testing you, like, yeah, we're gonna give you this, so we're gonna ask you this question, and you need to have a debate. Like, so you need to know context. Most of the subjects I do entail a lot of context and wider reading. So these are all my folders are right here. Imagine on some days I have to carry like 4 of these folders to school out of the 5 I have. The philosophy one is the heaviest, obviously. So save the best, my favorite subject for last. Philosophy, love philosophy. This is my philosophy folder for year 1. I have like, so this is it. It's kind of unorganized now. I have a lot of work in here, a lot. Another piece of advice, get folders. This is my folder, it's a big folder. This is year 1, I'll get another folder for year 2. Philosophy is my favorite subject. I love philosophy. Honestly, I came into philosophy like not more ignorant than I am now. I don't feel like I'm an ignorant person, but I came in very ignorant, very set in my beliefs about the world. And the reason I chose philosophy is because I'm a thinker, and I feel like you need to be a thinker to do philosophy. Like, philosophy is not a joke. Philosophy is not an easy subject. Philosophy is like maths and astronomy and English and religious studies. It's so many subjects just combined. It's about the world you live in. Yeah, philosophy means I think it means the love of knowledge. Philosophy asks you questions like, are we dreaming? Is this the Matrix? Are we just plugged into a machine? How do we know that life is real? Are our senses deceiving us? Is God real? How do we know that God is real? You know? So many questions. And I feel being religious, it's great to do philosophy, because it's like, I don't know, it just opens your mind. It's a fun subject to do. It gets you thinking. I'm such a deep thinker. I think about things a lot. I feel like I'm just a mini philosopher, and I'm growing, and maybe one day I could even be a little philosopher, write my own philosophical theories and ideas and whatever. Maybe in the future when I'm like 60 and I've got nothing to do. But yeah, I love philosophy so much. I keep on saying that. In year 12 I did a moral philosophy, which is split up into 2 categories, which is normative ethics, and then the other section is meta ethics. And then I did epistemology, which is like, how do we acquire knowledge and stuff like that. And again, there is so many topics under that. So that's how I revise. I revise per per topic. This is my first year philosophy textbook. It's quite chunky. Look how it's got, how many pages? Like 300 and 400 pages. It's very chunky, but this book is amazing. What other book? I'll link it down below. And there's another book I need to buy, because that book is more brief than this one, and I'll link that down below too. And I'm gonna get an A2 philosophy book this year for year 13. So yeah, how I revise for philosophy is just by like taking notes, reading the textbook, going on YouTube videos. Crash Course Philosophy is so good. I love Crash Course Philosophy. I'll link that down below as well. And yeah, just by taking notes when I don't, because some topics are harder than others for me. Like normative ethics is quite easy, I'm not gonna lie. Some people find it hard, I found it easy, but you do it at the start because it's the easiest. Another good way to revise for philosophy is by doing questions. You get a 2-mark question, a 5-mark question, a 12-mark question, and a 25-mark essay question. So when you are revising per topic and per like category of philosophy, you should go on the website of your school's exam board for philosophy and search past papers. I remember my first essay, I thought I did amazing. I was like, yes, I'm gonna get a B, blah blah blah. I got a D, and I felt crushed when I saw that D. It was in like the end of September. I was like, what? I can't believe I got a D. But now I'm getting A's in philosophy. That's why it's my strongest subject, and I really like, I need an A star in philosophy. I want an A star, and I'm even thinking of doing philosophy, politics and economics in university, or maybe philosophy and politics instead. I don't know, but I just really love philosophy. Yeah, like your heart has to really be in philosophy. You have to think, you have to use your brain. It hurts your brain. It's not something where you can just read a book and be like, yeah, go to the test now. You need to practice. You need to practice writing. My writing style from when I started to now is so much more sophisticated. I use more key terminology. That's something you also have to do. You need to use philosophical language. You can't just be using language that is non-philosophical because it's not really sophisticated and whatever. Yeah, I've come a really long way. I really want to get an A star. I need that A star. God, you know how hard I've been working, and I'm only gonna work harder. Philosophy is a great subject. I would recommend a lot of people do it, but not anyone can just do philosophy, and I've seen that. It's been quite challenging having quite a loud class, quite an unserious class. Not everyone in the class is unserious. There are a few. I can handpick serious people that I feel are really good at philosophy and their heart is in it. But I've dealt with such an unserious class, a class that like makes jokes, where people are sleeping, where people don't show up. Like, I've been dealing with that for a year. But yeah, philosophy is a subject you have to practice at. It is a hard subject. It's not a subject for the weak-minded. All my subjects, they all complement each other in some way, shape or form. So my subjects are literally perfect for me. I don't do like philosophy and then science and then Spanish. Like, all my subjects really complement each other. Yeah, A-levels, it's a tough ride, but I just want to say you're gonna get through it. Hard work. Got to work very hard at A-level. But yeah, I hope that helped some people. If I helped one person, about 10 people, I don't know, but I hope that I got through to some people. And if you were quite iffy about a subject, you know a bit more about it now, you're more confident in taking that subject and choosing the subject. And I believe like most sixth forms and colleges have like a deadline. Mine was December. At the start I was doing 4 A-levels, but philosophy and government and politics, which was the subject I did like for one lesson, they clashed, so I had to pick. Thank the Lord I picked philosophy, because government politics, I did want to do it, but when I was in, I was like, oh, I don't really want to do this anymore. And there's going to be times you change your mind. You are going to want to change your mind sometimes, but I believe that the deadline is on in December. So yeah, give yourself time. Don't change your mind too late. I don't regret any of the subjects that any of the subjects I'm doing. I'm very happy, and I feel like even if I don't do, like, I'm probably not doing history in uni, and I'm not doing English in uni, but I feel like it's good that I'm doing them because like it helps. Yes guys, that is it for this video. I hope that I helped some people. Pick your subjects carefully. If you pick subjects you don't really like, or you thought that were going to be great and then you ended up not liking them, it's okay. You can change your subject. Just don't change your subjects for a subject you end up regretting later. Some people do 4 subjects, some people do 3. They will advise you do 4 subjects and then drop 1 in like December or at the end of year 12, but I don't know how people balance out 4 subjects. 3 subjects already, like I'm doing 500 subjects. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you share this video, make sure you like this video, make sure you subscribe to this channel, of course, because why wouldn't you want to? And yeah guys, thank you so much for watching. Oh yeah, also follow my socials, Snapchat, Instagram and Twitter. I'll leave it here and in the description box down below. Until my next video guys, bye.